Hey Fibro fam, and welcome back to Pass the Spoon. I am your host, a severely sunburnt woman. In all seriousness, I was out here all day yesterday recording and got very sunburnt and have absolutely nothing to show for it because I kind of expected to be able to just talk without an outline or anything of that sort, and I got very rambly, especially since I have the whole, head buffering thing where, you have the fibro fog. That's it. I have fibro fog. So, today, in honor of Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, I wanted to discuss the pain, the actual pain. When I started having these symptoms and was looking at fibromyalgia, I didn't have a video of somebody telling me what it felt like and what was normal and what was not normal and what to expect. Instead, I had one of these lovely photos or pictures, diagrams, whatever, of like all the little spots, the trigger points, and those for sure exist. But if you just go by what the internet puts out alone, you kind of get the feeling that that's all fibromyalgia is those trigger points. I mean, again, they are very real trigger points. I have them in my hips, I have them in the occipital region back here, where the skull, let me see if I can turn around, the skull meets your spine and your neck. Those very real, very painful points. But there's no real description of the bodily pain and the roaming pain and everything that we have. And I know it's different for everybody, so after you're done watching this video, or pause it and comment below, for posterity, for people coming here months from now, years from now, who want to know what fibromyalgia feels like, leave your comments in the comments below. Let us know what it feels like for you, because again, it's different for all of us, which is probably why it's so difficult to diagnose. So I will just go through kind of progression of what happened with me, and we will go from there. So this kind of all started with a migraine that I had it started migraine season for me kind of started in September of 2021. I've had migraines since I was 24. I am 31 now. But this was a very intense migraine season for me. I usually get them mostly in the spring and the fall when the weather cannot make up its mind. And it just, for September through October, it got worse and worse and worse. And then in November, at the very end of November, I had a trigger point injection in my trap area here, and it gave me the worst migraine of my life. It was supposed to help the migraines. It did not. It exacerbated them. It made it so that I had to recalibrate that 1 through 10 pain scale, because what I was feeling was like a 12 on my normal pain scale. So I had to recalibrate. I had to redecide what pain was. I actually heard a popping noise like up here in my head. It was horrible. Anyway, this migraine lasted until from the end of November to like the middle of January. It was horrible. And we're not sure what is chicken or egg here, which is fibromyalgia and which was migraine, which caused which, because normally for my migraines I took a tryptamine-based medication, and for the migraines I was having, no tryptamine-based medication was working. So Um, it was intense, and it was horrible, and there was no relief, and we weren't sure. Now when we look back, we're not sure if the fact that the tryptamines weren't helping was because this migraine was brought on by fibromyalgia. My God, fibromyalgia! Holy crap! Or if the migraines caused the fibro itself. We're not sure if I may have had just an asymptomatic long COVID or what was going on, but something wasn't right. Now, after or during the super long migraine, I gesture to the side of my head because I get my migraines like right here. I had like these pinprick sensations, and they're not like when your foot falls asleep, like that pins and needles sensation that like, and I have to explain this to my doctors every time. I'm like, it's not that. It's not my foot fell asleep, numbness and pins and needles. No. It is what I like to call the electric mosquito. It's like you're getting these tiny little mosquito bites all over in various places that are electrified. And I get them mostly in my torso and in my legs, and sometimes they made me itch. Like they made me want to like just scratch the place that I felt them. Sometimes they would cause like a whole muscle twitch. I'm assuming they're probably some sort of nerve pain, but not quite sure. Another way, actually, that I recently came up with to describe these is my boyfriend and I are watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and if you have watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you might remember Lincoln, who does like the acupuncture, and he has like his little inhuman talent of electrifying things, so he electrifies the needles. I'm like, I bet that's I bet I know what that feels like. So that's another way to think of it. I started actually taking Lyrica for this, and that is pretty much the only pain that Lyrica has helped so far. But I'm still on a rather low dose, so it might not it might not end at that. I'm hoping. But the pinprick pain and the nerve pain is pretty much the only thing that has cleared up so far. But that's literally what I started taking it for, and that's why my doctor has kept me on Lyrica, because my former neurologist prescribed it for the nerve pain and it actually worked. So she's like, well, maybe it'll work for the rest of it. I am hoping. From there, I started having problems in my hips, in my glutes, and my hamstrings. I got like burning pain and spasms, and I felt it like kind of feels acidic to me. Kind of like if you get acid reflux, you know, that kind of burning acidic feeling you feel in your throat and in your chest. I felt that in my hips, glutes, and thighs, and I would also get like little spasms, like they wouldn't quit, and it was really obnoxious, just about as obnoxious as you would imagine if your eye twitches, you know. And then from there, I had pelvic floor pain, which is not fun at all. I usually get that. I don't think I've ever gotten that sitting or laying down. It's always when I'm standing up. And I'm currently seeing a PT for this. It is probably the most helpful PT I've ever had. So if you are having these kind of pains, I highly recommend it. But I was getting sharp pains and spasms, and it is very restricting. You wouldn't imagine, but it does actually, like, those muscles do kind of help hold you up. So if you're trying to walk and go around your house and do chores, or like the first day that I got them, it was laundry day, and I was carrying my laundry downstairs. We lived in an apartment back then. we were carrying the laundry downstairs, and all of a sudden I started getting these spasms, and I was, I was like, I didn't know what to do because it was really hard to walk, and I was kind of like limping, and my knees were kind of buckling in because like those muscles really do help hold you up. So after that, it kind of like spread out this way. So we'll go down my legs first. I get cramping pain in my calves and in my feet. I have tried electrolytes. I have a jar of like powdered electrolytes that I use regularly, and this does not help. It does not help. So it is not like the normal foot cramp that you get from not having enough magnesium or potassium. I am getting plenty of those. It is just non-stop, just cramping. And then, actually, that was it. That's it for the legs. Is I get the cramping. Sometimes I do get stabbing pains in my feet, but they're not usual. Let's see. Next would probably be my shoulders. Oh, hello. Sorry, there's like a little bee. I get like right in here, right in there. I can really feel it. Is a stabbing pain. I call it a rebar stabbing pain because, like, if you imagine like the size of a quarter, it starts on this side and it goes all the way to the back, and it's like in a straight line. So it feels like I'm stabbing with a piece of like iron rebar. I usually get that in my left shoulder. Lately it's been happening in my right. The PT I saw that evaluated my shoulder said that only there was something wrong with my left. She was wrong. She was very wrong. I do have a lot of pain on my right. In fact, about a week ago, last Friday, I was trying to sleep and I was having the hip spasms, like over on my left hip. And it was like right in the hip socket. It was very angry and it was like very twitchy, and I kind of figure it was like somebody stabbing it with an ice pick. I don't know how else to describe it. But when that calmed down, my right shoulder would start going off, and this was while I was trying to sleep. It was not conducive to sleep at all. I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. But yeah, that's usually the shoulder pain I get. Sometimes like it'll radiate into my collarbone, like right into this little V area. It'll radiate like across here, but like most of the pain is like right in my shoulder. Then I have shooting pains in my arms, and they go down my arm. It's not as common. I also get like the burning pain back here on my triceps, especially like if I'm sleeping on my side. Like it'll put pressure on this area, and then the pressure causes more pain. But I'll get like shooting pains down my arms, both left and right, so I know it's not a heart attack. And then I get hand cramps, where they'll like curl up, and I've actually been crocheting. I'm trying to make a crochet project for my cousin's new baby, and it's Tunisian crochet, so you need to keep all the loops on the hook. It's kind of like knitting, but trying to keep all those loops on the hook causes hand cramps, so I'm having a heck of a time trying to do this, but the pattern is so gosh darn cute that I cannot, I'm not giving up on this project. I have pulled it out and restarted many times, but I'm not giving up, despite the fact that it makes my hands cramp up like crazy. Then I have upper back pain, like right back here. That might be due to an injury though. A couple of years back, I had one of my rib bones, one of my ribs did like kind of disconnect from where it is, like the kind of dislocated back here, and that was actually causing a lot of spasms in my upper like shoulder, like back of the shoulder area, and I went through all sorts of conventional medicine for this, and nobody could figure it out. And at the time, I was doing Aikido, and we go to summer camp every year, and one of the Shihans, one of like the teachers, also does acupressure and acupuncture, and he's like poking back there just to see what's going on, and he's like, oh, there's a rib dislocated back here, did you know that? I'm like, no. So then I go to a chiropractor when I got home, also somebody that I knew from Aikido. He owned one of the dojos that we went to, and he's poking around back there. He's like, oh yeah, you got this this rib that needs to be popped back into place. It's dislocated. Did you know that? I'm like, well, I do now. So, and the pain back there is usually in the same area. Occasionally, from time to time, that rib will pop back out. I have figured out how to pop it back in myself, so it's not too much of an issue, especially since I cannot afford chiropractic care anymore. I really wish I could, because I'm sure it would be very helpful. But that's the pain that I have back here, and it's very achy. Then I've got like rib cage pain, and it's very sharp. And for a minute there, I thought it was what's called costochondritis. It tends to be a comorbidity with fibromyalgia. A lot of fibro patients seem to have it, but that tends to be more like breastbone pain, like in your rib cage. And a lot of people also think that they're having a heart attack with that. And my ribs, like, it's on the side here, so I don't think that is costochondritis. I'm not saying it isn't. Honestly, I have 3 physical therapists and a doctor's appointment almost every week, so I don't really have the time to get it checked out. Probably should, but right now it's just another thing that hurts. I also get headaches still. Occasionally I do get migraines about like 2 to 3 times a week, but I have headaches every day. I have one right now, and I call them like electrical storm headaches because they feel like thunderclouds. Like it'll hurt over here for like a couple of minutes, and then it'll hurt over here for a couple of minutes, and it like wanders around. Like if you're watching lightning and cloud, like heat lightning and clouds jumping from cloud to cloud, you'll see it light up over here, and then over here, and then over here. Does not stay in one place. And these are different from the migraines because the migraines are always in one place. They're always over my right eye and behind my right eye, and like sometimes it feels like somebody's stabbing my eye. So I don't think that is a migraine, but now that I have like full body pain, I also get these lovely headaches that just never seem to want to go away. But that is it for my pain for now. I seem to keep acquiring new places to hurt that I didn't think I could possibly hurt before. But like I said, for posterity, for people coming people coming here in the future, leave your pain descriptions in the comments below. Like let us know how you feel it, because again, we are all different. We are all feeling this in different ways, and we're all having different symptoms, and your legs might hurt more than mine, or you might feel a different type of pain in a different area. From what I do hear though, is that like the shoulders and the hips, like being the worst parts, like they are for me, is pretty common because you've got a lot of like muscles coming together in those areas, because it like they're big joints that help with movement and stuff. So I hear that's pretty common. I don't know if that's your situation or not, but if it is, again, let us know below. In the meantime, I wish you a very happy Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, and I hope you are well and you stay well, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.